Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing a popular effect by Penguin Magic called Card-Toon Remastered. It's a re-release which was from Dan Harlan, and it's an updated version of a very popular effect which is similar to the effect that Dan Harlan actually used to fool Penn and Teller. The only difference is this isn't examinable. But let's start off with a quick performance. Alright, I have a deck of playing cards here. And inside is a magician named Bob. He's the same on each card, but he's the same on a few of the cards, but he knows what card you're going to name. So name any card. Let's say they name the Four of Hearts. Then what you do is you take out the Four of Hearts and say, this card, right? And they agree. They say, yes, the Four of Hearts. And then you take the four and set it down. Then you show that Bob went through, took off his hat, and pulled out a bunny. But that bunny turns into a card, and that one card is the Four of Hearts. Now that's a quick performance of Card-Toon. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's get into the review. But first off, I wanted to let any magic distributors or creators know that if you would like me to review your product, please contact me at bffanmail@gmail.com. Let's get right into the review. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that performance. Let's get into the review. But first off, I'd like to let any magic distributors or creators know that if you'd like me to review one of your products, please contact me at bffanmail@gmail.com. Link in the description. So what do you get? You get this box. It's made by Penguin Magic, and it's the packaging for Card-Toon Remastered. Inside is a gimmick deck with a red back design. It's not bicycle, it's biplane playing cards. So, I don't know how I feel about that, because some people may know bicycle, but this looks, I guess, similar enough to bicycle that the spectator won't notice that it's a different card deck. But the gimmick is a red back design. The deck of cards is gimmicked and well made, but the gimmick cards have just, they're not actually, there's no mechanical gimmicks, but what you get is a specially printed deck of cards with Bob the Magician. And this looks like Sharpie on the back, but it's not. It's actually just part of the printing. So it looks close enough to Sharpie that you could tell your audience that you drew this yourself, and how it's like a flip book. So, yeah, the drawings just look like a stick figure, and you also get a tutorial link for a download which is 25 minutes long, taught by Dan Harlan. So what is the quality of the gimmick? As I said, the gimmick deck is really high quality. It's specially printed, and the deck of cards is biplane playing cards, which is made by Penguin Magic. I don't believe you can actually find biplane playing cards unless it's with this effect alone. So the gimmick, this deck of cards, it's not a bicycle feel. It's not printed by USPC. It has Penguin Magic's Ultra Luxe finish and Aquaflow coating, which means it feels really nice. I'm not sure how long this coating lasts. I've had this for a few weeks now. It's been holding up, but the deck of cards is quite good quality. And this should last a long time, as long as you're not putting this on grimy surfaces and stuff. Just keep it in your hands. Don't put it on sticky tables or anything, but otherwise this gimmick deck should last you quite some time, a lifetime even, because like I said, there's no mechanical gimmicks, there's no magnets, elastic thread. it's just all in the printing of the cards. Now, how is the tutorial? The tutorial is really nice. It's, as I said, 25 minutes, and it's Dan Harlan explaining all the subtleties with the effect, the gimmick, and more. It's really, really good. There are a bunch of subtleties he teaches. There's no angle issues, and yeah, the tutorial's good. And as I said, perfect angles. You can do this completely surrounded because there's not much going on. It's really easy. So what are the examinability conditions for this? This is absolutely not examinable. It's, as I said, specially printed, so if the spectator is looking at these cards for any length of time, even a very short amount of time, they will instantly see the method. And on Penn and Teller Fool Us, Dan Harlan actually hands this deck of cards out, but I believe he does switch. But the spectator can look at the faces of the deck. Those are, they just look pretty much like Bicycle, with a few exceptions, like the ace isn't exactly the same, and the jokers are not exactly the same. As Bicycle, they're not, some of the faces of the cards aren't exactly the same as Bicycle. Is there any DIY for this? There is absolutely no DIY. It works in any language, and the deck of cards comes pre-made. I do suppose if you want to make another gimmick deck, you can with this method, but it won't be as good quality because the ink in the Sharpies will likely run out with time. Pocket space. You do need to carry around this one deck of cards to do this one trick. So in that sense, it is a one-trick pony. But that's the pocket space, just a regular standard poker-sized deck of cards. And the reset is actually instant. You can do it right in front of your spectator as you're cleaning up and talking about and watching their reactions. And yeah, your spectator won't see anything wrong, because what you do is you pull out the card they named, and then the resets just supposedly, or it looks like you're just putting their card back to where it came from. Now let's see if the trailer and ad copy are honest. The trailer is honest. I'm gonna take a look at the ad copy now. The ad copy. The most charming card trick in the history of the world has finally become more charming than ever. Featuring brand new artwork created by Dan Harlan to become more visible and magical than ever before, arguably one of the greatest card tricks of all time is back. Animate the ink on the back of a deck of cards so that it predicts a freely named card from your spectator. Bring a stick figure to life and make it the star of the show with Card-Toon Remastered by Dan Harlan. Here's what happens. You introduce a deck of cards with drawings on the back. The drawings are a charming little stick figure standing on a stage. You show that each card is just a little different, and if you flip through the deck, the drawings become a flip book of a magician performing the trick. The drawings animate, showing the magician removing his hat, reaching inside, and pulling out a rabbit. Ask your audience to name any card. The card is removed from the deck and set aside. You show the back of the deck again and display the animation one more time. This time, when you flip all the way through the deck, the magician doesn't pull the rabbit out of the hat. The rabbit magically transformed into the playing card. That is the prediction of the freely named card. Card-Toon Remastered features a brand new artwork created by Dan Harlan that displays a smoother and more charming animation than ever before. This is Dan's preferred version of Card-Toon, and it features not only the original handling but also an updated handling that makes it more deceptive than ever before. Your audience can genuinely name any card in the pack, and it's instantly repeatable with a different card. This is your new 1000 timer. The effect you will always want to perform. Featured on Penn and Teller, Fool Us. This iconic effect is one audiences of all ages will love. Card-Toon has captured the imagination of generations of magicians and entertained millions of people. Now it's back, better than ever. Bring smiles to the faces when you bring a drawing to life with the most charming card trick ever created by performing Card-Toon Remastered by Dan Harlan. That's the ad copy. That's good. I don't know if this is the most charming trick, but it's really good. Let's talk about the price. So this is currently sold out on Penguin Magic for all I know, and I'm sure it'll come back soon, but it currently costs $20 US. Do I think this is fair? Yeah, I think so. The standard price on most gimmick decks nowadays is up to $35. So I think this should be, or it could be up to about $30. And this is really good value for what you get. The tutorial's good. This deck of cards features Ultra Luxe finish, and it's special printed, and I love special printed decks. And even the design of the cards, it's special. It's not just bicycle playing cards. But yeah, this is really good value. I love the price. Now let's get into the pros and cons. The pros. There are live performances in the tutorial. I'm really happy about this because adding live performances to the tutorial is so easy, and I wish more magicians would take the time to add live performances to their tutorial. Second of all, the tutorial is actually good. There's new subtleties, new techniques, and more, taught by Dan Harlan. Third, the gimmick deck is really, really ingenious. It's so cool. And there's nothing you need to have. There's no indexes. There's no mechanical gimmicks. This will last a long time. Third, the fourth pro is that this comes in another box, in a shell. And that will prevent the damaging of this deck. And I like to keep my gimmick deck in this box so I can identify this deck apart from other gimmick decks. But I think the biplane logo also helps me do that. So I guess I don't need to use this. I can just stick it in the case because biplane tells me that it is the Card-Toon Master deck. And the effect is pretty powerful, and it resets quickly, perfect angles, and the price. It's a great price. The only con I can think of is that you must carry this deck around for this one trick. Oh yeah, and maybe that the spectators, especially magicians, may recognize biplanes as a fake knockoff deck as bicycle, and this may cause them to think this is a gimmick deck, which it is. And it can't be examined. That's all. But other than that, that's it. What percent do I give this? I give this a 94%. I think it's really great that Penguin Magic has re-released this because Card-Toon's a rather old effect, and I believed it needed some modernization, and adding Dan Harlan's new twists, this is even more killer. But yeah, I see myself using this quite a bit. I've used it a couple times. It's gotten good reactions, and yeah, 94%. That's all for this review. I hope it helped you out, and if it did in any way, please subscribe to see more reviews. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next time. Bye.